Hi everybody, my name is Lourdes-Anne and I'm streaming in from my home in the UK today, and it's a beautiful day today. So this is a new channel for me, and I intend to do some regular videos over the next year to share some of my wisdom and my truth with you, and hopefully it'll make a difference to at least one of you anyway. I hope so. I have started a channel with my pal Val, a lovely Irish friend of mine, two women in 50 plus talking about life and things they come across and how they manage, etc. etc. So do tune into that, me and my pal Val. And this is my soul sharing. So, a little bit about me. I am a coach, a life coach. There's so many people now saying life coach, this coach, that coach. For me, it's all about health and well-being, and I liken it to being a bit of a life guide, if you like, a supporter and a champion for people who want to find out more about themselves, what's in their hearts, and to learn to live from that place and create a life that they love, doing what they love, that brings them pleasure, joy, fun, wealth, creativity, peace, and fulfillment. And of course, love in there somewhere as well. So, I'm a coach and I also teach Tai Chi and Qigong, and I do that in person and online as well. So, if any of that interests you, please do send me a message below my video. I will share some contact details with you as well. So, my email address is info at Lourdes, Lourdes, Anne, Anne, dash Requena, Requena.com. So info at Lourdesanne dash Requena.com. So that's that out the way. So this first video is a little bit about me and just some sharing, and I'll let it evolve. So years ago, from a very young age, I started experiencing bouts of depression and acute anxiety, panic attacks, had breakdowns, and thankfully learned and had the will to turn myself and my life around. Now, it has been a long journey and a bit of an arduous one at times, but also it's been great because I've learned a great deal, and it's made me the person I am today and going towards the person I am becoming. I am now an online business owner. I also run a business online in personal development and wealth creation, and that's building nicely as we speak. And as I say, all the other things that I mentioned as well. And I'm in good health and thankfully have not had to have any medication or anything for years and years and years. And nor would I if I could avoid it. That's my personal opinion. Otherwise, I wouldn't be speaking to you here today, I don't think. Certainly not in this manner. So one thing that really helped me get through all of that was writing for myself. So in my darkest times, I wrote some poetry, some of which I've kept and want to do something with. And look, I was in a dark place, a difficult place, but it was a way of releasing, of shedding, of letting go. And also, little did I know then, I was actually, the word now is journaling. I was just writing because I didn't feel I could talk to anybody. I was brought up Catholic, although I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I do have a strong faith. But sometimes that belief in God, something bigger, something higher, that faith eluded me, especially in times where I felt so desperate and wretched. So I just wrote, and I didn't censor it. I wrote out my anger, my upset, my frustrations, my love, my craziness, as I thought at the time, and it did help me, especially if I woke up in the middle of the night feeling awful. And of course, there wouldn't have been anybody to wake up and speak to then anyway. And, very rarely would people stay up with you for a few hours to just listening to you go on and rant. At least that's how it would have felt then. So I just got pen to paper and wrote. And my book, my journal, my diary, it became a bit like a best friend, a sounding board. And it did actually help me to let go of some of it. And, what you can get out of your head on paper doesn't need to make sense there and then. Maybe later it will, maybe it won't. But it just gets it out of your head. And especially these days where there's so much that we put in our bandwidth, in our minds, in our thinking. There's so much technology, there's the computers, there's the television if you watch it, radio, there's so much noise, and social media and everything else, and phones all the time. Rarely can you get a moment of silence. I'm sure you might have experienced, you might go into a cafe and you think, oh great, this has happened to me many a time. I sit there, it's quiet, I start writing and reading, and then the whole world comes in, and their dog. The families, the children, the dogs, they have to play the music louder to be heard. Then people are talking loudly on their phones. It's just crazy sometimes. So the next thing to share would be to make some time for quiet in your day, in your life. Whether it be sitting in your car because nobody will disturb you, and looking out onto an open field or some woodland or wherever you can. No radio, no social media. Put everything down and just be in silence and solitude. Be with and by yourself. Then you can hear that craziness that sometimes goes on inside, the noise inside your head. Because until you become aware of it, you can't actually then witness what you're thinking and do something about it. So 2 things today: writing and finding some time for quiet. Be by yourself, with yourself, and get used to that, because there is great strength and power in silence, in listening to the silence, to hear this, to hear your heart, to hear your truth, and to start unraveling what that is in amongst the noise that can be life, especially these days. So I hope that helps somebody today, and that's coming from someone who's been in those dark places and has come through and out the other side. And I still practice these things today. So take care. I hope that helps somebody, and yes, have a lovely day, and find some time for you. Bye bye for now.